Hey guys, I know I haven't done a video in a while. I'm out here scouting. It is July 24th, and I just thought I might as well document the scouting trip since I know this is a very interesting spot I'm going to. I'm actually just walking up on this piece of public. There's 3 fields on this piece of public that all connect by one road. And last time I was here, I found a lot of sign, and there's a lot of deer over here. So my plan is for today is just to walk that road to the 3 fields and then find the best buck travel route I can find from those fields, and then try to find the nearest thicket or thickest area off of those fields and try to locate in on some of these bucks, because I know there's at least, I would say, 4 or 5 decent bucks in this public area. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'm just gonna make my way to these fields, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. As you guys can see, I'm not at the field yet, but I'm going down this ridge, and I just found there's 4 rubs right here. They're older rubs, probably 1.5-year-old or 2-year-old or something like that. But as you can see down there, there's a mountain laurel thicket down in this bottom, and this bottom runs around this whole property, and there's mountain laurel covering the whole spot, and it's great for deer habitat. And there's a creek that runs through there, and it's probably about 5 foot deep, I would say, and it's a steep drop off, and the deer can kind of hide in it and walk through it as they're going, and they won't be seen. And the mountain laurel, you can only really crawl through it. You can't even stand up in it. But if you crawl through it, you can kind of see the deer trails and how they travel. And it's pretty interesting, and that's one reason I really like this spot, is because I know nobody's gonna walk down in here, because these hills are fairly steep. This is not the steepest hill by any means, but as you can see, it's kind of, I don't know if you can really see that, but it kind of drops off like this most of the time, and it's, you kind of have to be on all fours even to get up it. It's very interesting, but that's how I know nobody's going to be coming in here. And I know the fields they access that off of private, and I know nobody's been in here cutting the fields recently, or at least since I last been in here. Last turkey season I came in here, and it looks like they haven't cut the fields for probably closer to a year. So I'm going to be looking at those. But last time I was here, I know I found a good buck trail going in one of the fields, one of the farthest fields. But anyway, I thought I should just share that with you. So I'm about to be at the first field in just a little bit once I cross over this creek out of this mountain laurel thicket. And I'm going to try to show you guys what this mountain laurel thicket looks like. And you can kind of see the creek is right down there. But anyway, so yeah. Okay, guys. This is the creek I was talking about. As you can see, it runs along here. And you can kind of see, this is not the thickest part of the creek. I've actually never been down here. At this part, I've been in a different part, but I knew what to expect. But as you can see, there's plenty of mountain laurel. I guess this is mountain laurel. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming that's what this is. But usually, I've already found some tracks down here, but there's not much of this part of the creek. But usually, you can find good trails coming down through these creeks, going back up, and right over there is the other field. But anyway, so yeah, I just want to show you guys this. As you guys can see, this is the first field in turkey season. When I came over here, this is exactly what it looked like, so it's not really that surprising. I was just wondering if they might have cut in it, but obviously not. So I'm about to get on the road that connects these 3 fields, and the next 2 last time weren't too tall. There wasn't much in the way, so it was kind of like a field, just wasn't planted. So I'm hoping that over there I can see maybe some tracks and maybe find some good areas for some bucks. So yeah. All right, guys, this is the next field. As you can see, this is really grown up too. This is a lot more grown up than it was before, for sure. This definitely wasn't like it was last time, but that's all right. So I'm gonna go to the next field. Hey guys, I also do want to say why I'm walking to the next field the field before this, where it was really thick, and it was a lot taller than this field that I'm on right now. But I didn't film it because I didn't think you guys would be able to see it. But the way I walked out to get on this road that I'm walking now that connects the fields, there was a ton of doe and buck tracks, and I have very heavily pressured trail, or whatever you want to call it. But that, I found a tree I'm sitting in, and the field was so tall that it's actually going to be above the deer's back, like the grass and the trees and stuff. So I feel like the deer are going to be very comfortable there, since if you were sitting on the ground, unless it was a buck, you would only be able to hear it. You wouldn't even be able to see it. And if it was a buck, you'd only be able to see its rack, the way that the fields are grown up. And right where that trail is the tallest part of the field, and it's just beat down like crazy. So I feel like they're using that for cover, and using that to go back and forth to their bedding areas, because this whole place around me is crazy thick. There's no really open places like the video, or when I videoed the creek and stuff. That obviously wasn't thick enough for me, or it wasn't very thick, but it wasn't open. That's kind of how the whole place is, except for a couple spots that are like just crazy nasty that you have to crawl through. And I feel like that's what they're going back and forth to. But I feel like that field is not pressured at all, because on this road there's fallen trees and everything, so they can't get their tractors back here to cut the fields. And I don't feel like any normal person it would come back here and sit on a field if it wasn't cut. Obviously I hunt a little different than normal people, so that's why I'm back here. But I don't feel like there's much pressure, and so I think the deer will be a lot more comfortable, and so they'll go in a little less thicker spots like that, even though that will protect them fully, I believe, if somebody's sitting on the ground. But I can get my saddle up and shoot into that trail, so I think that's gonna work out great. But I do want to say, obviously my viewing isn't very big, but I do want to shout out the Southern Outdoorsman podcast and their YouTube channel. They're the only reason I even think about doing these things. They're the only reason I'm actually even a half decent hunter, and I'm not that good of a hunter, obviously. It's only my second year really hunting in general. Like, I hunted before, but it was usually with my dad, and we were usually sitting on food plots. This is really my first ever actual like hunting experience. My second year. This is gonna be my third year. I've only hunted 2 seasons that really just by myself, trying to learn everything. So I've learned a lot through these past 2 years. I'm still nowhere near where I need to be, but I've learned a lot, and they have helped me out a lot. I've watched all their podcasts multiple times. So I would go check them out. You can check them out on just like your normal Apple Podcast or Apple Music, I guess. I don't know. But that's a great podcast to listen to for Southern hunting specifically. I don't know if it'll really help you out if you're like in the Midwest. But anyway, I just thought I would shout them out. So I'm on the 3rd field, so I'm about to show you guys what this looks like. Alright, you guys, this is the 3rd field. It's the most open, as you can see right here. You can the trail goes back that way, but it's kind of open right here, and you can see it's kind of overgrown back in the back of it. I'm actually going to walk back close to that big tree back there, because that's where I came in last time, and I found a good buck trail back there, and I'm just going to kind of walk, see if I can't find a good trail like I did on that first field. Hey guys, I just want to show you the thick stuff I was talking about. This is the Mountain Laurel, I believe. Like I said, if it isn't, comment down below and tell me what it is. But this is stuff I was talking about. I went through last time, and as you can see, you can't, I don't know if you can tell that much, but I mean, you just have to crawl through it. There's no other way. It's crazy thick. So yeah, I just want to show you that. And I just jumped a deer too, so I couldn't get that on film. But okay, now I'm in the thicket. This is how I had to get out. I just want to see, as you can see, I'm sitting on the ground. I just like kind of butt scoot through here, and as you can see, it's pretty open down here. But if I was standing up, you wouldn't even I can't even stand up right now, it's so thick. It's pretty crazy. As you can see, I came in from back there, but so this is how the deer travel through here, and it's very, very interesting to me to see that once you get down here, I can see about 15, 20 yards through some little pockets, and that's how the deer travel. But you can't see 5 yards if you stand up. So I just wanted to show that. All right, next I'm gonna be at my truck explaining this. All right, I hope you guys can hear me, half decent see me. I'm going back to the hunting camp that me and my dad are a part of, and this public is right next to it. But I just actually had a deer cross over from public to private right across in front of my truck, and never saw me. I just like eased up to the back of my truck. I was gonna try to video it, but it went across the road before I had time to video it. Just a little doe. But this place I was just at, there's a lot of deer over there. I can't even say how much deer there is over there, but I jumped one deer. I couldn't get that on video. I never saw the deer. I just heard the deer run off for a couple seconds, but never could get that on video, and I don't think you guys would hear it anyway. Couldn't get that deer crossing the road on video. But as you guys saw, I went to those 3 fields. The 2 fields that I went to, the other 2 fields that I went to other than the first one, didn't produce anything. And the reason I feel like that is because last time I was there, those last 2 fields grew up a lot more. They were pretty level last time. There wasn't anything really tall, and you could see where the deer were crossing there, kind of feeding through as they went to bed near and bed near. But now, as I feel like both of them have gotten a lot taller in general, grass wise and tree wise, I feel like it's not tall enough yet, I believe, like the first one, to actually be able to produce deer. Because those other 2 fields, the last day I went to, if a deer walked through those on the ground, you could still see them. They didn't go over their back, the grass and trees and stuff, like the first one did. And the first one, I found all that sign, and I really wish I videoed that now, but I didn't think you guys would really be able to tell. But there was a good trail with a bunch of tracks, and all the grass and stuff was above their back, so you would have to be in a tree to be able to see them, or like tucked right into a bush or something right off that trail, where it would be like a 2-yard shot, which is, I don't want to do that, obviously. So there's a tree that I can get in, I can look in, and I have plenty of cover. They shouldn't see me, and they're definitely not pressured back there, because nobody goes through that stuff, I don't believe. And as you can see, that last couple clips where you can see the mountain laurel thicket that I went through, I found 4 rubs through there from last deer season, and there was a really good trail that went through there and went down into the creek and back up the ridge. But I mean, that's one of the only places I found around here that actually has really thick mountain laurel, and it has crazy terrain. The terrain is up and down most of the places. You have to crawl on all 4s to get up and pretty much slide down. So I mean, obviously there's exceptions. Like, I found a way to get in pretty easy, but going out was kind of annoying. But yeah, so from this trip, I found out that they really like to have cover above their back. If they don't have that, then they're probably not going to be there, unless it's like well, I say that, no, I would say that's a pretty good rule for down here. And that I would say the mountain laurel and that one field is the only place that I really feel comfortable hunting down there, just because I feel like that's where the most sign is, and I feel the most comfortable there. But anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That was just my scouting trip. I figured I might as well do one. I haven't done a video in a while. I'm going to North Carolina in September, first or second week of bow season. I don't know when exactly, but hopefully we'll get a deer and I'll be able to video that for you. We're going up there with my brother. He lives up there, so that should be some good videos. And then hopefully I'll be able to video a lot during the deer season in Alabama and show you guys hopefully a bunch of deer that I get. So yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.